Hello everybody, my name is Erin. Welcome to today's video. Today, I'm reviewing a cosplay. Woo! So this cosplay is from Miccostumes. It's not sponsored. I bought the cosplay with my own money. I actually bought it secondhand off of someone else, so that's going to affect it a little bit, which means that I'm going to be a little bit nicer with this review than I would at other times. So, let's go! Alright, so going top down, the first thing is the headband. I did not like the one that the costume came with, so I remade everything. The one that it came with is this one. I do think the flowers are kind of cute, they are fabric, but the bow or the flower pin on the side just isn't doing it for me. It's just, I don't like how it looks at all, really. And it's just not cute. I really prefer the softer one that I made. Not because I made it, but like, you know. It's just cuter in my opinion, and it's not gonna wrinkle as bad. Like, this one's like really crushed from shipping. I don't know if it was like that before or not, but yeah. The headband I also replaced. I just wasn't feeling the bow. I didn't want to try and like yank it off. And it ended up being that I actually like this one a lot better. So hopefully I can do a tutorial on that soon. I promise it is so easy. But until then, I will just try to answer any comments you have about it, if that's the case. Second up is the dress. It's a two-piece. Well, the cosplay is in two main pieces, I mean. There's this dress and then this vest. They aren't attached. The dress is the top with a black skirt and the apron. It's fine. It wrinkles easily, but thankfully with a low setting on an iron, it came out pretty alright. I am not a fan of the bias tape they used on the apron, which I know is such a picky thing, but like as someone who normally makes their own costumes, like, it just gets to me. It's a leathery material rather than just the regular, probably polyester material that everything else is made out of. And it doesn't seem to make much of an effect. So like, even if it was added in just as like a little detail, it ain't it for me, you know? There's not enough to make it seem cohesive in the outfit. It's not used anywhere else except for here on the sleeves in white instead of black. I don't hate it on the sleeves, but like I said, there's nothing else to integrate it into the costume, so adding it in just feels kind of random. This is also slightly too big for me. I have it safety pinned onto my body right now because otherwise it's just way too big. That's on me. They don't sell this size anymore. When I checked the website, they only go up to large. I think this is an extra large. But when I've had a friend try it on, it fit them way better. So that's just a sizing issue. It's nothing that I can put towards the costume on the company's fault. So yeah, literally the only thing that bothers me is the bias tape. And I was wrong. It is incorporated into other parts. It is on the bottom of the skirt. Don't worry, I'm wearing shorts under. And on the vest, I'm just still not a fan of it. The fake leather, it's plasticky, and I just don't care for it. You know, that's, like I said, a really small detail to be anal about, so. Next up we have the sleeves. I don't mind them very much. They're fine. They stay on pretty well. I appreciate that. Another thing that actually has to do with the rest of the cosplay is this bit right here. It's supposed to be lace, and while I don't need it to be like the see-through lace, I would much rather have it be like an eyelet lace, just because I think it would be cuter, and regular lace seems a little too fancy for this. But I guess if you really wanted to dress it up, you could replace it with like actually nice lace. I just happen to be someone who likes the feel of eyelet lace. I think it's cute. But I'm not a fan of this. It's fraying in some places, which isn't amazing. There are some mistakes in sewing. They're not very visible, but like I said, as someone who makes their own costumes, it puts a lot of time into trying to make everything really neat. The sewing on the cosplay is not really up to my standards. And I'm kind of surprised too, because the other cosplays I've gotten from Miccostumes, which I will probably do a review on later, because I need ideas for content, you know, they're a lot nicer. And so this one, it just seems lower quality, I guess, but not by a ton. You know, I mean, like, if I were to say the other ones were 10 out of 10s, I'd say this is about a 6.5 or a 7, which really isn't terrible. Like I said, it's really just me being anal about it. But I still don't like it. But, they're elasticized up here. They occasionally fall down a little bit, but only in this portion. Where the elastic is, it does sit well. It does stay where it is supposed to be. So I really can't complain too much on that. Overall, I'm not a giant fan of any of the fabric choices they used. But I understand that it's a pre-made costume. It's not super expensive, meaning that you're not getting, you know, something amazing that someone who made it by hand or machine. Just personally, you know, I feel like the quality would be a lot better if you can afford to do that. But price-wise, I can't really complain, because if they were to use better quality materials, the price would go up. And I understand that it's best for it to be lower, that way more people can be interested and get it, if that makes sense. Next is the vest. The vest is actually pretty nice. I like it. It's lined, which I didn't expect. It's lined in purple. The stitching on it is, again, not great, but, you know, it's what it is. The lining is put in really well. I'm gonna say that. They did put the bias tape on, or like these lines. They put the lines on after it was lined. I wouldn't have done that. I would have done it before it was lined, just so it hides the stitching, especially when it isn't straight. But then again, oh, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna do such a lame gay joke, but I'm not gonna do it. But I mean, overall, it's not a poorly made cosplay. It's just big for me. And also, it's just not really up to what I consider my standards to be. And I also know that I have pretty high standards for just about everything. So, you know, I don't want to be too mean on the costume. Getting it secondhand, it was just a good deal, and I am the type of person to cosplay cute outfits, even if I'm not into the show, just because I like being cute. And trust me, I feel cute all of the time, but like, you know, it just bumps it up a little bit. But yeah, so the last part is socks. Since I got the costume secondhand, I didn't wear them. I just don't like the idea of someone having worn socks before me. Even though I washed them, I just wasn't feeling it at all. But a friend of mine tried it on, and for them, they fit just fine. They do squish in on the thighs a little bit. Personally, I think that's a cute thing, so it doesn't bother me at all. I did try them on once, and it did the same for me. So either it's meant to do that, or they're just slightly too small. But they weren't uncomfortable, and they didn't feel like I was like losing anything. I wasn't like losing blood flow or anything. But yeah, that's the whole cosplay. Overall, if it were something out of 10, I'd put it at 7. It's really not bad. It's not up to my standards personally, but I'm not going to act like I can apply high standards to literally everything, especially when you have to consider cost of materials, work, how the overall price is going to be, and your profit margin. So I would think that like this is actually pretty cheap to make, especially if you can buy material in bulk. And because of the mistakes, I can tell it was most likely sewn very quickly. So, you know, it's just, for what you pay for, it's not bad. if that makes sense. If you wanted a higher quality costume, you would want to look into commissioning someone or trying to do it yourself with better materials, but I can guarantee you that's not cheap. It does take practice to learn how to get fabric discounted. But yeah. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them and to help you out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah! Bye bye!